The Denver Night Wings have spent 4 of the first 5 weeks of the UFL season on the road. Back in front of the hometown fans, can the Avengers end their losing streak against the up-and-down Bobcats? The Tennessee Ramblers, like the Denver Avengers, are searching for answers with Charlotte in town. The Royals coming off that comeback victory high in Miami, riding the wave of success. And the Los Angeles Aztecs got back to dominating opponents last week. In their 3 wins this season, they've outscored opponents 123-16. Can Minnesota keep pace? All that and more is next, right here in the Virtual Zone. We got UFL Bingo, we've got scores, we've got kickoffs, we've got the Cam. UFL co-founder Cameron Irvine here with you as 90 minutes of UFL football starts now. We have beautiful weather across the country today, and it all starts in Denver, where the Denver Avengers have not won since week 1. They are trying to right the ship. They are taking on the Fresno Bobcats today, who can't seem to put a winning streak together. Rob Noel gets that first carry. Rocket Davis is going for Tennessee on his first carry, getting 17 yards, and Minnesota hoping that things will be better after a devastating loss to Dakota in the final seconds of last week. We're just getting started. If you are new to the channel, you can claim that bingo card before all of the games hit the end of the first quarter, and you can play along too as a fan or as a player in the league and support your team. Help them get better through this winding, long UFL season, 17 weeks long and 16 games long, as Michaela Foraker has a sack for Los Angeles. What a surprise. Tied for the league lead in sacks, and Doug Falk cannot stay upright. He is taken down, and I believe that will set up a 3rd down and long for Minnesota.
Here we go. 18 Gators.
We only have one team with a winning record playing tonight. That is Los Angeles, as Rob Noel waits for blockers on a 3rd and 6. I think he's going to be just short, and then on 3rd down and 12, Falk tries to dump it off. That's a quick 3 and out for Minnesota. Rocket Davis near a 1st down for Tennessee. So it's going to be 4th down Denver. Let's go to Tennessee. They are the first team across the 50. Bingo numbers hit when a team kicks a field goal, what the distance is, when the team scores a touchdown, what the distance of that touchdown was, and then a score change on the board. We wait for the extra point to determine what that score change is after touchdowns, as Denver's punt goes into the end zone. Denver's in all black tonight with the silver helmets. Fresno all white with the purple lids. Los Angeles also rocking their all blacks with the red helmets. Minnesota's got the green pants tonight with to pair with the gold helmets. Charlotte's also in the gold helmets and pants with the white tops, and a navy out for Tennessee. Second and short, Isaiah Fowler, the running back for Los Angeles, unable to pick up the 1st down. It's 2nd down and 1 for Fresno on their first offensive possession. The handoff goes to Cardiac Squid. Squid has a 1st down to the 36-yard line. Let's get to some storylines here in tonight's games. The Minnesota Chippers really kind of reshaped their defense. The red zone defense has been giving them problems, and they have really struggled against tight ends. So expect Minnesota to play a little bit more with heavy personnel tonight, a little bit more 3-4, a little bit more nickel, less of that dime quarter stuff in a lot of situations. Tennessee's kind of the opposite. They took a different approach and have a different roster, quite frankly, as they're going to get called for a delay of game here. But Tennessee also made defensive adjustments, getting a little smaller, have a really good cornerback group, and a nice defensive backfield in Tennessee. So they're going to try to rely on that a little bit more in a retooled defensive effort. So a couple of teams with some defensive changes, and so far Minnesota is off the field on their first possession. They'll start their second possession from the 30. Chad Powers and Cardiac Squid are across the 50 on their opening drive for the Bobcats. It is now 3rd down and 12 for Tennessee. They haven't gone much of anywhere since we put the audio up over there. And we're still waiting for our first points of the night, which means we're still waiting for our first numbers on YouGo. Short for UFL Bingo. You'll hear me say YouGo throughout the night. You can claim your cards with that active link in the chat until the end of the first quarter, and then that active link will disable. On a third down and long for, oh, nice grab for Ryan Davis. That was Max Capone with the catch, and there's been some storylines out of Tennessee percolating that maybe the Davis duo, maybe their days are numbered in Tennessee. We're going to have to keep an eye on that over the next couple of weeks. Yeah, things not too grand in Tennessee right now, but Rocket Davis is off to a great start on the ground, 30 yards on 5 carries. Doug Falk completes his first pass down the field to the Los Angeles 47-yard line. Actually got some protection there on that play action. So we have all 3 teams now across the 50, as Tom Rahman made that last catch for Fresno, was a late target of a drop later in the week, and so Denver trying to, maybe hit Fresno where it hurts, or maybe a divisional opponent of Fresno trying to hit him where it hurts. But so far so good for Rahman, Squid, and the rest of the Bobcats. There was a rumor going around that maybe the Rahmans were unhappy in Fresno as well. So a couple things to keep an eye on, and we had a UFL first earlier today, the first trade in league history, and ironically, as Falk goes play fake and completes that one, so does Powers. Ironically, it happened with 2 teams that are playing each other tonight. How often do you see that? Now, this is a 49-yard field goal for Tennessee. 49-yard field goal. That kick for Tennessee is up and good. So 49 is your first points of the night. Tennessee gets the 3 on the board, and they have a 3-0 lead on the Charlotte Royals off their opening possession. Doug Falk slinging it in the check down game here for Minnesota, as Denver broke that pass up. The Tennessee defense and the Tennessee and Denver players both thought that their wide receiver group has just been struggling over the last couple of weeks, and they really have, as Minnesota downs LA at the 3. This ball is taken back by Denver on an apparent fumble or interception. That's a touchdown for Denver. We're going to have to take a look at that again. And I'm going to have to get it here on my other screen, but that is, let's see, that is unclaimed defensive end Devonta Bernard, who actually blocked the field goal there. It is picked up and returned for a 50-plus yard score. So a blocked field goal for Denver gets you our first touchdown on the board here on UFL Game Night tonight. And that 50-plus number has also hit. Los Angeles is backed up inside their own 5-yard line, and the Denver Avengers crowd is fired up. Russell Brazil in the chat saying, I beg to differ and say it's a quarterback problem, at least in Tennessee. We have 2 teams, or now 3 teams, that are not across the 50 until John Clement's pass is caught by James Cooley for a 24-yard pickup. Charlotte's first completion of the night, and it's the Royals getting the ball to about midfield. $7-0 Denver, scoreless in Los Angeles, and 3-0 Tennessee. Fresno's got the football back after the blocked field goal. Got Denver on the board. That's Rahman with his second catch of the night. Play fake from Clements. That pass is almost deflected right into the hands of James Cooley and incomplete. So Marco, again, the bingo numbers are the yardage of a touchdown, the yardage of a field goal, or the scores on the board. Not specific events. Can you imagine us trying to track a 20-yard reception, for example? Cardiac Squid takes the handoff. That pass is intercepted. Picked off. Minnesota is taking it back the other way for a score. Touchdown Chippers on a pick six. So we've had a special teams deep ball. Charlotte's in the red zone. We've had a special teams touchdown. We've had a defensive touchdown. Stepping right into the passing lane, Marco Swift throws a pick six, and Minnesota takes it back the other way. We'll get you the official yardage on that pick six in just a moment. The Minnesota Chippers defense coming out here and meaning business. Charlotte's in the red zone. Let's go there. The official pick six yardage is 24 yards on that interception return for a touchdown. So Minnesota is up as Chris Curtis takes the handoff to the 9. Cardiac Squid and Fresno have the football at the Denver 29-yard line, down 7-0. What are the odds that our first touchdowns would be a blocked field goal return for a score and a pick six? Now John Clements trying to be the first offense to get a touchdown on the board. Screen pass to Chris Curtis, and he is 2 yards shy of the first down marker. 4th down and 3 coming up. I think Charlotte will kick the field goal here. Fresno is the closest to scoring position. They are now in the red zone. Let's see what Charlotte does. And they will kick the field goal. Let's go back to Denver. Marco Swift, 0 for 2 and a pick to start. And it's the Chippers with the lead on Los Angeles. Handoff Squid down to the 14-yard line for the Bobcats. He's up to 54 yards on 10 carries here in the first quarter. Denver's the only place that doesn't have beautiful sunshine tonight. A little overcast skies, but nothing too crazy in Colorado. And off to Squid. He's got the first down. Check that Saints coming in. And Fresno's really sticking with the ground game here early on against Denver. It's a first down and goal for the Bobcats at the Denver 7-yard line. They fake it to the fullback. They pitch it to Squid. Denver's all over that. Deep shot, Marco Swift. That pass is knocked away. A little too long for the intended receiver, and Swift still does not have a completion in the first quarter. Los Angeles will have to punt the football. We missed a Charlotte field goal for our official tally. That was a 25-yard field goal for Charlotte, and we're tied at 3. Fresno's still in the red zone as they start the second quarter. That pass over the middle is caught at the 3. Chad Powers is 7 for 8 for 63 yards to start. Doug Falk with those Minnesota green plaid sleeves. Love it. Up a touchdown right now as Powers looks to the end zone and has an open receiver. Touchdown Bobcats. That is Hurd with the catch. I want to get the official yardage on that. Boy, we're a little slow out of the gates here with our tracking. That's a 3-yard touchdown, so 3's already hit, much to the chagrin of the Yugo players tonight. 12-play, 75-yard drive, 5-minute and 30-second drive from Fresno to tie the game at 7. Didn't have to kick a field goal that time, and Powers goes 5 for 5 for 39 yards on the drive. Doug Falk on a 3rd down and 8 for Minnesota does get rid of it, and it's going to be just shy of the 1st down. It's going to be a storyline to watch tonight because Minnesota has really struggled to protect Falk, and Los Angeles is one of the most elite teams in getting to the quarterback. Minnesota's had a tough schedule of playing elite pass rushing teams. And remember tonight in Yugo, only vertical bingos hit. So only the up and down opportunities are available tonight here on Game Night. During prime time, any Yugo win will suffice as that punt goes into the end zone for Minnesota. They will start with a touchback on their own 20-yard line.
Watch time. Tight end right. 5. Check. 4 down. 189.
Second down and inches for Denver, as I think Charlotte is going to be our closest team to the 50 right now. Fowler's 7th carry, only just 12 yards tonight. Minnesota's defense really smothering Los Angeles here in this first quarter. Just 22 yards of offense for LA. Charlotte flips it outside. That is caught for a 1st down and more to the Tennessee 41-yard line. Rob Noel up the gut for Denver, now 27 yards on 5 carries. Coming up tonight in prime time, it's the Montana Silvertips and the Portland Huskies, both making their primetime debuts. Montana, a new quarterback, Portland's old backup, taking the field tonight as Isaiah Fowler finally able to get some yardage and a 1st down for Los Angeles. That is on UFL primetime tonight at 8:30. Your Yugo cards should be reset after game night as Curtis breaks out to the Tennessee 25-yard line. Your Yugo cards should be reset for that game, and we'll start it all over again during that broadcast as well. So Chris Curtis has
On the ready.
a big game for Charlotte out to the Tennessee 25-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter in Tennessee. Tie game at 3 between the Royals and the Ramblers. Charlotte had that thrilling win as time expired against Miami last week. There's a deep connection. Marco Swift finally able to get a completion. Did not have a completion in the first quarter. And that catch actually was hauled in by Javon Thome, the pass catching back. Doesn't get a lot of play time, but gets Los Angeles into the red zone. Curtis gets to the 23-yard line. And yes, Marco, you get a new card for next week.
Ready? 90 Wolf. 54.
All day, just like that.
Fresno's going to get the ball back after a fair catch and a bobbled attempt as Charlotte is in the red zone. A bobbled attempt by the Los Angeles receiver. Could not come up with it. Now Swift is 1 of 5. Ayanojo Abaratsabo with the catch for Charlotte, now 53 yards on 2 catches. Charlotte very close to a touchdown here. And Los Angeles is in the end zone. That was from 19 yards out. 19-yard touchdown. That's tight end Lars Bazar. Minnesota's been getting eaten alive by tight ends. through the last few weeks of the season. TJ Horn last week for Dakota nearly set a UFL record with 11 receptions. As Watts takes a handoff for Charlotte but can't get in. Second down and goal for the Royals at the 2. 19-yard score for LA. The extra point ties the game at 7. Handoff. Chris Curtis got stuck behind his blocker. No gain. Third down and goal at the 2. All 3 games right now are tied. 7-7, 7-7, and 7-3, or in 3-3. Handoff, third down and goal, and Curtis goes backwards. Tennessee gets a goal line stand. That defense led by Mike Rodick, number 92, Dexter Jackson, number 54, and Joey Duncan, the second, number 32, standing tall on the goal line. 4th and inches, Fresno forced to punt it away. As Denver gets a stop, this is a 21-yard field goal for Charlotte. 21-yard field goal is good and makes it 6-3. 21-yard field goal, 6-3. Charlotte with the field goal advantage. Rob Noel with a carry, 37 yards on 7 carries so far tonight for Rob Noel. The Denver offense has no points as Falk tried to squeeze that into a double team. But they are tied with Fresno thanks to that blocked field goal. And a flag on Denver. They ran out of time. Handoff, Dalton Brown. That's a nice gain for Dalton Brown. Not the most explosive of running backs, but Minnesota sticking with them. Now third down and inches to try and keep the drive alive. Handoff, got it. Dalton Brown, first down for Minnesota at their own 37-yard line. A car crash in the middle of the field for Durham, but he makes the catch. Denver up to 61 yards of offense here in the first half. That's Durham's first catch. I was saying earlier, Tennessee and Denver both worked on their receiving cores with run route and spectacular catch, catching traffic, all that stuff. To try and get some better production out of their receivers. Ryan Davis takes off on 2nd and 7, but he's not going to get there. Let's go to Denver with our audio here on first down at their own 42. Nate Hall's pass caught to Fresno's 36-yard line. Nate Hall is 5 for 5 for 46 yards. He finds, that is the tight end, unclaimed, Dylan Garday with the catch. Hall hits him perfectly in stride. C.J. Parrish on that last tackle for Los Angeles. This defense is stacked. The best defense in the league for my money through the first 5 weeks of the season. Cameron Kearse, DJ Kilgannon, Michaela Foraker, C.J. Parrish, Scotty Scruggs, Marion Turner, Miguel Morales-Woods, and Rain Rie, a part of that defensive squad that has forced Minnesota into a third down and 9 yards to go. And Falk's pass is held on to by Tyler Falk to the LA 47-yard line for a Minnesota first down. Nate Hall fires over the middle. That's his first incompletion of the half. Flutters past the intended target.
You ready?
53 is the mic. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Ray, that's funny.
Get it.
Nate Hall, back to pass, incomplete. And now Doug Falk again finding the open target down to the 31-yard line for a Minnesota first down. Minnesota's offense has Doug Falk, Tyler Falk, Dalton Brown, and Donnie Allegheny. This field goal from 51 is good from Denver. 50 plus is already hit tonight, but 51-yarder is good. And Denver takes a 10-7 lead over Fresno. That's how that drive ends there. Let's go to Los Angeles, where Minnesota's on the move, and Dalton Brown's got a lot of running room all the way up to the 20-yard line. Minnesota is in the red zone. Clements hits Cooley beyond midfield for Charlotte. We're looking at Minnesota's drive here right now inside the 20-yard line. That play is blown up almost immediately. I think that might have been Curse. John Clements wings one out of bounds for Charlotte. It's going to be second down there. There's a face mask penalty on Denver's Chris Hunt. Doug Falk checks it down, only got a yard. So it's 3rd and 8 for Minnesota at the 19-yard line. Chad Powers fires for Fresno and got a hand in there, did the Denver defender. That'll set up second down. And on 3rd down and 8, Minnesota is called for a delay of game. 3 delay of game penalties tonight in the first half. And that hurts because now it's 3rd down and 13 for the Chippers.
On the double.
3rd and 12 coming up for Fresno. And Minnesota technically now outside of the red zone. Doug Falk will dump it over the middle, but not much there. That wasn't going to do anything, really. Allegheny was the intended target, but it looks like it's going to be a field goal coming up for Minnesota to take a 10-7 lead. You see some kind of a little bit of stormy skies out there in Denver, but no rain anticipated for the game today. 3rd down and 12 for Powers. Chad Powers for Fresno, upper left-hand corner. Fires, had lots of time in the pocket and got the first down. Here's the 41-yarder from Minnesota. That kick is good. Minnesota takes a 10-7 lead. And by the way, if you're wondering, Cam, how are you going to fit all those called bingo numbers on the screen? Well, snooze, you lose. If you weren't here from the start, you might miss some numbers. They're going to go away as John Clements on a 3rd down and 12 takes a sack. Delaney with the sack for Tennessee. That will stall out the Royals' drive in a game full of nothing but field goals. 2-minute warning in Denver. The Avengers lead 10-7 over the Bobcats, trying to snap this losing streak. And Minnesota, the 9.5-point underdogs today. The surprise of the first half, they lead Los Angeles 10-7. Carniac Squids got the first down. The Fresno drive will stay alive at the Avenger 34-yard line, trying to get points before the half. Let's see, we're going to go to Denver. Fresno's the closest to scoring position. Chad Powers with pressure in his face, fires, and it's nearly picked off on the sideline. Powers maybe a little bit late getting that football out. Right now, all 3 games are field goal differences. 10-7, 10-7, and 6-3. Swift now just 3 of 8. And Chad Powers completes a ball that was absolutely sensational to Muhammad. Watch Muhammad go down and get this. Upper left. That's a pretty catch. Down to about the 16. And on 3rd down and 10, Marco Swift's pass is incomplete. He is 3 for 9. And LA has gone 3 and out again against Minnesota. All right, Fresno is now in the red zone, 17 yards away. Powers with a play fake. A moon ball to the back corner of the end zone is incomplete. Lucky that that was not intercepted. Now it's 2nd down and 10 for Fresno. Tennessee's got 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go. They trail 6-3. Ryan Davis just 3 of 6 for 11 yards in the first half. Second and 10. Quick pass from Tennessee. Gets the receiver out in space. Got about 6. It'll be 3rd down there.
On the ready.
Chippers go back 2 yards. C.J. Parrish already with 4 tackles. That goes for a TFL. 14 yards away. Chad Powers to throw, and he flips it down on 3rd down and 8. Denver's going to call a timeout because they could get more points on the half, and Fresno's going to play it safe and make sure they get 3 on the board. Russell, which player are you in Tennessee? I'm just trying to match a username to a player. Ryan Davis just airmails that out of bounds. Frustrating first half offensively. This is a 28-yard field goal for Fresno. That kick is good. We have 30 claimed bingo cards tonight, but that link as of now is deactivated. It will be reactivated at the end of game night. So if you got your cards, you're good to go. Minnesota on a 3rd down and 13. Doug Falk just doesn't want to take a sack. He takes the check down. Rain Rie makes the tackle, his 2nd, and Minnesota will live to fight another day. John Clements, did he just keep that himself? A 6-yard quarterback blast keeper up the middle. Okay. Charlotte's in their bag a little bit with the play calling. Dexter Jackson with the tackle, his 4th. And right now, Charlotte's the only offense operating at the moment. 1:13 left in the first half. John Clements will fire it over to Curtis, and he didn't know where he was on the field, actually lost yardage. Oh, okay, Dexter Jackson and Action Jackson. Excellent. Good to see you here. Hoping for better things in the second half for Tennessee. They're down 3. John Clements fires. That is complete to the 29-yard line. And now Charlotte will get out of the give-up zone and start to get aggressive, push the ball down the field to try to get points before the half. Abarazabo up to 74 receiving yards in the first half. Denver also out of the give-up zone with 2 timeouts in a 10-10 game. Hall whips it over to the sideline. That is complete. And getting out of bounds with 42 seconds left is Durham. Coming up on the 2-minute warning in Los Angeles. Fowler's got 36 yards on 11 carries. Under 40 to go. John Clements, lower left. Fires it over for Charlotte to Curtis. That's caught to the 34. They'll take a timeout. Denver sitting on 2 timeouts right now. Out of the gun, Nate Hall. Operating and delivers a ball that no one was looking for. Picked off by Fresno and all the way for the touchdown. Nate Hall's had an excellent first half, but there was some sort of miscommunication there because there's just nobody over there. Right in between 2 different players, Fresno's got a defensive touchdown, and the Bobcats, just like that, take a 17-10 lead. That was from 49, which has already been called tonight. 17 has not, as Fresno tries to go up a full 7 points. That kick is on its way and good. And it's Fresno up 17-10 on Denver. Denver was up 7-0 in this game off a blocked field goal. As Doug Falk goes down and sacked again, Michaela Foraker, that's only the second sack for the Aztecs in the first half, but they've both been by Michaela. That'll force second down and long. Rocket Davis, 52 yards on 9 carries in the first half for Tennessee, who did just get a stop. 17 seconds left. They're not really in any kind of scoring position. Still 32 seconds left for Denver to try to make something of this first half. Nice spin by the Tennessee back, and now the Ramblers will think about this. At their own 32-yard line, maybe they can push the ball up the field and get into some kind of field goal range. Nate Hall, before that throw, 6 of 9 for 61 yards. He was just fine. Fresno's defense makes a monumental stop.
Set, ready, 50, plant.
54. Hey, come on.
As Hall just dumps it off for a 2-yard pickup. 10 seconds left. Ryan Davis over the middle. That pass is caught. Timeout, 6 seconds left. Tennessee on their own 48. They have a chance to possibly get into scoring range here. That's Coleman's first catch of the night. Darrington Coleman, the unclaimed tight end for Tennessee, with that grab. And Los Angeles looks like they may get the ball back. Minnesota's really neither offense is doing anything in that game. 4 seconds left. Ryan Davis, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, fires down the field, wide open, but the time is expired. Breaking tackles, Tennessee down to the 17-yard line. Oh, if only they could have just gotten down, but Action Jackson saw the end zone and thought, I can get there. He could not, and that's the end of the first half in Tennessee. All field goals there. Charlotte leads Tennessee 6-3. Los Angeles is going to get the football back with 56 seconds left, but just 1 timeout. Fresno's going to get the ball back with 2 timeouts, but just about 10 seconds left. Not sure much is going to come out of this. Marco Swift, deep shot, Los Angeles. Knocked around and incomplete. Like the thought, though, from L.A. Cardiac Squid takes the handoff for Fresno. They're just going to take that to the half, and the Bobcats feeling fortunate, 17-10 on top of Denver after it was the Avengers taking an early 7-0 lead on a blocked field goal. Marco Swift again with a deep shot, and again, Minnesota is there to knock it away. Swift is 4 of 13 passing in this first half. It is kind of mind-boggling that Minnesota has been able to compete so well defensively in this first half. Obviously, something clicked with their adjustments this week. Swift again is going to try him deep, and again, Minnesota in one-on-one coverage has a defensive back to knock it away. Miles Morales is frustrated. That was Deshaun Johnson, the strong safety, man coverage, one-on-one, just making it happen down the field. LA goes 3 and out. Look at Johnson. Almost. Morales had that catch, and Johnson just forced it out of the player's hands. So 38 seconds to go in that first half. We've started the third quarter in Denver, in Tennessee.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
30 seconds left for Minnesota. They do have all 3 timeouts, so I think we're going to keep it there. No, there's a fumble. There's a fumble in the Tennessee and Charlotte game. That is Dexter Jackson on the fumble recovery for a touchdown. Oh, the defenses are balling here on game night. Jackson scooped that up from 26 yards away, and Tennessee takes the lead. And yeah, that's a fumble forced by Joey Duncan II. And there goes Cardiac Squid. Cardiac Squid is out of the cannon for Fresno, a 75-yard touchdown to start the second half. On his horse. Whoa. It is, let's see, we'll go to Los Angeles for audio here. That was obviously a 50-plus yard score from Squid, one of the longest runs of the season. In fact, it was tied for the second longest run in UFL history. A lot to cover here. 10-6 Tennessee, 24-10 Fresno. Fresno has outscored Denver 24-3 since that blocked field goal touchdown. Marco Swift taking off, looking for some space. Minnesota shuts it down. And Los Angeles wants one last play here before the break. We have had tonight a fumble return for a touchdown, an interception return for a touchdown, a field goal block return for a touchdown.
Here we go. Set, 8, 3, 54.
As Clemens' pass is incomplete there in Tennessee. Final play, they're just going to hand it off to Isaiah Fowler, see if he can break loose. 44 yards on 12 carries in the first half, but that's how the first half finally ends in Los Angeles. It is the Minnesota Chippers on top of LA 10-7. John Clemens getting pushed way into the backfield. How did he get rid of that? He's so fortunate that that did not get intercepted. I don't know how Clemens made that play.
53's mine. Check, 53's mine. Watch the run.
Lee Griffin.
Hand off to Rob Noel for Denver as they're trying to get some momentum back in this football game. Charlotte's got a first down. Clemens to Abarazzo again. He's near 100 yards of receiving on the night.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Now.
Shot over the middle from Hall is incomplete. And it's 4th and 6, so that was third down for Denver. And they just have not been able to remain on the field. Nice pass breakup. That was middle linebacker Marco Banks. Chris Curtis with a spin inside for Charlotte up to the 48-yard line. That's his best run of the day, 37 yards on 12 carries. All right, so let's go to Tennessee, where Charlotte is near the 50.
Set. 30 base.
Check. Watch 54.
And
Watch the cross.
ready.
Pass from Clemens is incomplete. You look at Powers getting the play call from the sideline here for Fresno. Taking a look at the standings coming in, the Fresno Bobcats 2-3, just a game back of Los Angeles and San Diego for the division lead. So it's a big one for the Bobcats to clutter up the Pacific Division. And boy, would they love a Minnesota upset tonight. Abarazzo is now over 100 yards for Charlotte. There were some duplicates, Robert, like 24 and 50 plus and all that. And if you're not noticing the numbers from earlier in the night, they do go away. As the night goes along, those are just the most recent called UFL bingo numbers on your screen. Marco Swift has started the second half with a couple of completions. Don't look now, but finally starting to get things moving on a little bit of a rollout. And a nice find for an LA first down. Yeah, Kane, that was 26. 10-7, 10-6, 24-10 right now. Marco Swift, 3 in a row. First down to the Minnesota 36-yard line as Los Angeles is starting to adjust a little bit. Denver's going to get the football back after a defensive stand. The Avengers defense has Frank Castle and Brian Spence to keep an eye out for on its roster. We're watching John Clements right now on a 3rd down and 3, try to keep this drive alive for Charlotte. Clements over to the sideline. That is caught at the ankles, just enough for a first down. Doesn't get more efficient than that. That's Craig's first catch of the night, goes for 4. Keeps the drive alive for Charlotte. Another completion for Marco Swift, albeit just for a couple of yards. Nate Hall's pass is caught for 4. Don't forget, coming up, UFL prime time. It is Montana and Portland. Hugo rolls on with a fresh game. It is Montana and Portland coming up as Charlotte is 3 yards away from the red zone now. Craig's second consecutive catch. Miles Morales-Woods with the catch for Los Angeles, and this has been a clinic for LA. They are in the red zone. Third down and 1. I think Denver. No, they said he did not get the first down. Clements is taken off and runs. He's got guys all over him. His own teammates kind of ran into him looking for a block. Oh, and they're going to say that juke backwards by Patrick Anderson meant that he did not get the first down nor forward progress. Clements slides down to the 9-yard line. Marco Swift's got a first down and goal at the 1 for LA. And Denver's got a punt again, another failed 3rd down conversion. Clements in the red zone, in the back of the end zone, touchdown! Pass caught by Walker, and it's the Royals taking a 2-point lead over Tennessee with 6:20 to go in the 3rd. And that was from 10 yards out for Charlotte, so nothing new there. First and goal at the 1 for Los Angeles to try and take the lead. Handoff. Got it. Touchdown, LA. That's Noel on the keeper. And the 1-yard score gives Los Angeles their first lead of the night on Minnesota here in the 3rd quarter. Fresno is across the 50. Charlotte now leading 13-10 over Tennessee. And Los Angeles about to be leading 14-10 over Minnesota. That extra point is good. Marco, you won't get a different card, but you will clear the card you have for prime time coming up.
Ready, 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie.
Oh, yeah, Blue Crush as well. My apologies, Nate Hall, was actually just off my screen for Denver, the free safety. Holmes with the stop. That's a 4-yard, or his 4th tackle, I should say. Tennessee's got the football back. They are down 3, 6:15 to go in the 3rd. Minnesota now trailing for the first time today, 14-10.
Ready, break.
53 is the mic. Hey, they scared.
Snap.
Powers Fires over the middle, that's caught. Fresno trying to expand on their lead. Denver has struggled on third down tonight. Castle with the tackle will force a fourth down, but Denver has struggled to keep drives alive offensively. Their one touchdown, that blocked field goal for a score. Minnesota, a 2nd down and 8. This is going to be a 57-yard field goal for Fresno to try to make it a 17-point lead. That kick is also blocked and picked up by Fresno, but Denver's going to get great field position at the 47, and that is a UFL first. Denver, the first team to block 2 field goals in the same game. And maybe that will jumpstart the Avengers. Doug Falk on a 3rd down and 8 for Minnesota. Has to find somebody open. Does. But I think it's short of the sticks. Yeah, by 2 yards. Nate Hall trying to get the offense going. He's sacked. And the struggles for Denver's offense trek on. 2nd and 18 coming up. On 4th down and 2, Tennessee can't get anything going offensively. They have to punt it away. This is a really good punt, but unfortunately for the Ramblers, it's going to bounce into the end zone. Minnesota also punting to Los Angeles. Abarazzo might be our only player over 100 yards, maybe cardiac squid for Fresno after that long run. This is Rob Noel on a counter. He'll scoop up all the yards that Denver lost to set up a 3rd down and 10. Clements goes down. That's Mike Rodick with the sack for Tennessee. Trying to fire up their defense. There goes Isaiah Fowler. 1st down for Los Angeles. 63 yards. Fumble. Nate Hall is dropped on 3rd down and 10. The fumble is recovered. He had 2 fumbles lost against Los Angeles in that horrible defeat. He was just about to wind up. Man, the Denver offense just continues to be frustrating. John Clements on 2nd and 17 off of the Rodick sack. He gets 6 back. Marco Swift's got a 1st down for Los Angeles up to the 48. Swift's now 10 of 20. He is 6 for 6 in the second half, and that's Iggy Turner's first grab. Think outside 47 was not called. Chad Powers, 18 of 24, 151 yards, a touchdown, no picks.
Number 53, Mike 53. 65, 65.
Denver needs some sort of answer. I mean, they go 3 and out after blocking a field goal. Yeah, Squid 144 on 18 carries. There's Blue Crush with the tackle. That's 4 for Blue Crush tonight. Denver needs to stop bad. Just 106 yards of offense tonight. Fresno running it on Denver with some success. Isaiah Fowler with the carry will set up a 3rd down and 3 for Los Angeles. Only up 4 on Minnesota, but Minnesota doesn't have an offensive touchdown either. Denver, Tennessee, and Minnesota all have defensive or special teams touchdowns, but do not have offensive touchdowns. As Curtis takes the pitch. Marco Swift outside, and on 3rd down and 3, threw that too long. That's his first incompletion of the 3rd quarter. We'll see what LA decides to do on 4th down and 3 up 4. Nate Hall's trying to get that Hugo. Clements sacked again. This time it's Lynch up front for Tennessee. Los Angeles elected to punt, and they pinned Minnesota down to the 7-yard line. Tennessee's defense is another case. You know, they wanted to maybe get a lighter box and use some of that speed and talent at defensive back. And I mean, so far, Charlotte just 13 points. That hasn't been the issue for Tennessee. We're watching 3 teams with a combined 3 wins struggle on offense in this block. Dalton Brown, first down for Minnesota, 13-yard pickup. I agree with you, Eric. It's been a little bit like that here on game night tonight. It's either everybody's firing or no one's firing. 3rd down and 4 for Denver. Can they keep the drive alive? Nate Hall, 3rd and 4, caught. That looks like a first. Oh, no, he dropped it. Oh, man, Durham, I thought he had it. Another. I'm not sure that Denver has converted a 3rd down tonight. Oh, nice strip. That's a great play by the Fresno defense. Los Angeles all over that run from Dalton Brown. Now it's 3rd down and 10. Denver 6th worst coming in on 3rd down conversions at 38.9%. They have really struggled tonight, but look at this punt all the way down to the 5-yard line. So Denver special teams once again does their job and forces Fresno deep back in their own territory. Davis's pass incomplete. He's 9 of 14. And on 3rd down and 10, Doug Falk's pass is short of the sticks. Minnesota's going to have to punt again.
Here we go. 30 base. They're not ready for this.
Yeah, no blowouts right now. I mean, Fresno's got the largest lead of 2 scores. "46 of you watching right now tonight on game night. Appreciate all your viewership. Still waiting for our first YOUFL of the night, and we've got our first game into the 4th quarter. Gotta get some more hits here. Pass for Powers is complete to the 22-yard line. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Isaiah Fowler today, 16 carries, 65 yards. As Los Angeles' offense takes over, John Clements, 23 of 33, 262 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions. Has been playing some excellent football the last couple of weeks. Powers, deep shot, Fresno over the shoulder. That is incomplete. And Miles Morales-Woods picks up 25 to midfield for a Los Angeles first down.
Go now. 10 Lobo. Get that quarterback, D-line.
LA has certainly looked a lot crisper offensively here in the second half. Counter, Chris Curtis, first down to the Tennessee 47-yard line. He was up there for a hot minute. 55 yards on 15 carries for Curtis. 3rd down and 8 for Fresno. Can Denver's defense once again get off the field? Powers short of the sticks, and Denver's defense does, in fact, get off the field. There's Blue Crush giving his coach some high fives. Denver staying in this thing. Chris Curtis breaks off a tackle. Curtis first down to the 37-yard line of Tennessee. 65 rushing yards. End of the 3rd quarter in Los Angeles. Clements play fake, 2nd and short. It's caught at the 23-yard line. Charlotte's putting some things together here. 250 passing yards on the day. That's Joyce's first catch. Nate Hall, first down and 10. Back to work offensively. Finds a wide open Rod Noel, who makes 2 people miss in the open field and picks up 17. One of the biggest gains in a long time for the Denver offense as the sun starts to set here in Colorado. Beautiful move. Now Marco Swift taking off and running. He's got 32 yards on 3 carries, but it's short of the first down. Tremaine with his 4th tackle talking smack to the LA bench because Minnesota may have just gotten another stop.
Ready up.
339 to 129 in total yards, but Denver down just 14. Charlotte's now in the red zone. Dump off to Cooley. Not much there. And this kick, a high, booming kick that rolls all the way down to the 6-yard line. Probably the best punt of the day for Los Angeles. Charlotte trying to go up 2 scores as they tried to set up Noel again on a screen, but the timing is off. And here we go, 3rd down and 10 again for Denver. Clements was sacked. That's the 2nd sack. That's Mike Rodick in the backfield. Bottom left-hand corner of your screen, they actually knocked Clements out of field goal range. Denver, again, cannot convert the 3rd down. And Clements just, I mean, you got to do something. Mike Rodick having one of his best games of the season, maybe his best game, a 14-yard sack loss, drives Charlotte out of the red zone. It is 3rd and 24 at the 25-yard line for the Royals. Clements hit as he throws, fires down to about the 6. It is short of the sticks. You know what that means. 4th and 5. I think Charlotte would just kick it here. And Denver with a 4th down and 10 with 10:16 to go on their own side of the field. They just got to play more defense. Punt goes into the end zone. Man, we are at a stalemate right now on game night, but it's about to get more interesting as Charlotte is attempting a 23-yard field goal. A 23-yard field goal to make it 16-10. And that kick for Charlotte is good. So it's now the Royals up by 6, LA up by 4, and Fresno up by 14 in what has been probably the lowest scoring second half here on game night this season. There were 2 new numbers called there. Do we have a vertical bingo winner? Do we? Out there? All right, let's go to Denver. 3rd down and 4. 9:05 left in the 4th. Denver's defense trying again to get off the field. That pass is caught, but it is ruled short of the sticks. That's Jefferson making the key tackle, and Fresno just cannot pull away from Denver right now. Neither can Charlotte. And Minnesota's offense still struggling, hoping for some more good defense. Ryan Davis takes off and he gets sacked. Alexis with the sack, loss of 6. Joseph Alexis, one of 3 defenders on this Charlotte Royals team to keep an eye on. Alexis, Ralph Leopold, Don Johnson. We got 44s needed, 12s needed. Swift 44 yards on 4 carries. Second and 16 for Tennessee, down 6. Got to get something moving. Davis's pass caught to about the 31-yard line. That's also a first down for Denver. Durham up to 46 yards. Swift's pass batted down at the line. He's 11 of 24. No huddle for Tennessee. See if they can get something different out of that. 3rd down and 4. Davis fires, has a man open and overthrew him. And on 4th down and 4, I wonder if Tennessee maybe thinks about going for this. They are on their own 31. I don't think so. I mean, he's got, oh, that's Rocket Davis out there. All alone. Nate Hall, deep shot, wide open inside the Fresno 30-yard line. That's Durham for 26 yards and a Denver first down. Finally, the Denver Avengers opening things up just a little bit here. And on 3rd down and 6, Los Angeles' pass is short of the sticks. Morales Woods is tackled. 1 yard shy. Would LA go for this on 4th and 1 in Minnesota territory? Denver is threatening to score. Tennessee needs a stop. Nate Hall into the red zone. That's Rene Leon. Denver's got a first down to the 13-yard line. And no, it looks like LA confident in their defense because their defense has only given up 3 points all day. Is just going to punt this football away. And Minnesota will start from inside their own 20-yard line. Abarazzo to the 36. Handoff to Rob Noel, gets to the 10-yard line for Denver. Touchdown makes it just a 7-point game. Doug Falk's pass caught by Minnesota. I think that's Allegheny. Yep, 3rd catch for 21 yards for Donnie. Handoff Rob Noel, jukes him in and gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. The Avengers not dead yet. And that one also came from 10 yards out. Clements' pass to Curtis is incomplete. 4:23 left in that one. Minnesota moving the football now, I think, across the 50. Man, no new numbers off the board. Oh, almost blocked. But Denver converts the extra point, 24-17, 6:09 to go in the 4th quarter. Doug Falk's pass is caught, 5:45 left. Minnesota down 4. Their defense has played exceptional, but their offense has struggled. You could say similar things about Tennessee. And Denver now, with the offensive touchdown on the board, is just down 7. There's still 6:09 left in that football game. Tyler Falk is sacked again. Michaela Foraker's 3rd. You can see Falk frustrated. She is unblockable. I think just got around Douglas. 24-17 Fresno, 16-10 Charlotte, 14-10 Los Angeles. A lot of defense here on game night, probably the most that we have seen this season. But all 6 teams fighting hard out there. 3rd down and 19. Falk is sacked again. 4 Acres 4th. And she is waving goodbye to Minnesota, who on 4th and 32 has to punt this away. And just hope their defense can come up with another stop. 4 Acres saving the Los Angeles Aztecs tonight. We have 3 one-score games right now. Tennessee is in dangerous territory of going down by 2 scores. Handoff to Cardiac Squid for Fresno. Denver needs a stop. 168 yards for Squid on 24 carries. And you would expect that Fresno would be wanting to run some clock as well. Handoff to Chris Curtis. He bounces off a tackle. Chris Curtis breaks another tackle but can't get beyond the 22-yard line. Great pursuit by Tennessee. That's Joey Duncan II with his 6th tackle of the night. He's played great. 3rd down and 10 for Charlotte. Clements dropping a throw, fires into the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown.
That's it, baby. We got 6 all day.
Abarazzo for Charlotte is into the end zone, and the Royals go up 12. That was from 24 yards out. Or check that. I was wrong. 22 yards out. And Charlotte's going for 2 here. Clements is going to break off of a sack, break off of another one, and then finally goes down. Nate Hall back to work on offense for Denver. They trail just 7. So oddly enough, 22 hits twice for Charlotte. Evan Wood, all games are under 5 minutes, but we've had no bingos tonight, so I want to extend it to try and hopefully get somebody something before we get to prime time. But these 3 games are pretty electric, I must say. Offense is struggling. Marco Swift all day. Deep shot, 3rd down and 9. And the receiver was out of bounds. Oh, no, they called pass interference on Minnesota. That's going to put the ball all the way up to the 12-yard line. Oh, man, we did not have a good look at that. I don't know about that. And Minnesota now having to burn timeouts. Wow. What a monster penalty.
Down. 10-2 stop.
Sorry, Joe. Look at Rocket Davis in the second half. 2 carries for 3 yards. Tennessee's offense has gone into hibernation. Denver is in the red zone. They are at the 14-yard line with that completion to Anderson. Oh, Marco Swift lost the football, but it's picked up by Isaiah Fowler. You cannot advance it inside of 2 minutes if you are not the person that fumbled it. So the ball is dead at the 23-yard line. And the 2-minute warning stops the clock. 1st and 10 at the 14. Denver can tie the game. LA plays it safe and it forces Minnesota to burn a timeout. Nate Hall, 1st down and 10, fires to the sideline. That's Leon to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up for Denver. Two-minute warning in Tennessee. They're down 12. They do have the football, but they have been really quiet in the second half. This is a 35-yard field goal for Los Angeles. That kick is good. And they now go up 17-10. Nate Hall fires over the middle. That pass is caught at the 5. And what are they saying? 3rd and inches for Denver. It's 4th down and 3 for Tennessee. I think they got to go for it. No huddle here for Denver. 4:05 to go. 3rd down and inches. Hall's going to try to throw. Looking for someone to get open. And up the middle comes a sack from Brantley, his 2nd. Ryan Davis takes a gut punch and delivers a perfect pass to Action Jackson all the way down to the 24-yard line. Minnesota's going to have a chance. Down 7 with 1:46 to go. Tennessee going no huddle with 1:32 on the clock. Ryan Davis's pass caught again. Action Jackson to the 12. And Denver with 3:35 on the clock and 3 timeouts, 4th and 8 is going to take the points. If it would have been 4th and 7 or less, I think they would have gone for it. But they'll take the points and hope their defense can get a stop as Davis's pass is caught for a touchdown. Pass hauled in by Max Capone. Okay, so hold everything now. We've got Denver. Denver is trailing by 4. 24-20. Max Capone with the touchdown. Deep shot from Minnesota is incomplete with 1:21 to go. And now we have to that was a 12-yard touchdown from 12-yard touchdown from Ryan Davis. as Doug Folk's pass is intercepted. Doug Folk is picked off. And I think that might be all in Los Angeles. Minnesota didn't even have a chance beyond the 50. Okay, so Denver got the field goal. They're playing defense now. They need a stop. Cardiac Squid's been running all over them. I think Tennessee is going to onside kick here. Let's go there. Onside kick. Tennessee down 5. It's loose on the ground, but Charlotte recovers. Isaiah Fowler's got a first down to the 20-yard line, and Minnesota is out of timeouts. ...186 yards, 26 carries for Cardiac Squid. Denver does not get the first down. They're going to start burning timeouts here shortly. Now, Tennessee has all 3 timeouts remaining, so they could, in theory, get a stop. Kneel downs for Los Angeles. They're going to hold on. That game was ugly. LA got nothing going offensively, or not much going offensively. Neither did Minnesota. Oh, a penalty on Denver. Oh, gosh, and the losing streak. That's on Frank Castle. First down to the Fresno 35-yard line. Denver's in some trouble now, but they still do have all 3 of their timeouts, and the penalty momentarily stops the clock. It's 2nd down and 6 for Charlotte. Tennessee's burning timeouts. Chris Curtis takes the handoff and does not get the first down. Now it's 3rd down there. Denver now burning their timeouts in desperation mode, down 4. And the game has gone final in Los Angeles. Minnesota loses another heartbreaker. Michaela Foraker wrecked that game for the Chipper. The Chippers' defense was awesome, but they just couldn't get it done as a team. 3rd down and 4 for Charlotte. 1 minute to go. 1 timeout for Tennessee. Got to get a stop. Curtis takes the handoff, and Tennessee does get that stop. It's 4th down for Charlotte. Now, what are they going to do? Timeout Denver. Oh, and yeah, we might have had a Nate Hall talking about a 29-yard field goal. There goes Cardiac Squid to the 19-yard line. The field goal for Tennessee from Charlotte rather, from 55. It hit the post. It hit the post. Oh my goodness, and Tennessee's got a chance. Deep shot, Ryan Davis to the end zone. It is incomplete. And Denver cannot get a stop. That's their last timeout. So Denver's field goal was from 29 yards away. 29 yards away. Right now we're watching Tennessee. That's the pressure point. 40 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Ryan Davis takes a sack. Nate Hall, what is your card number? Powers is sacked. Well, I don't know what Fresno's trying to pile on the scoring. Billups with the sack. 19 seconds to go. The clock is running in Tennessee. That pass is caught at the 40-yard line. They got to go. It's a 10-second runoff. It's a 10-second runoff. It's going to be tight. Down to 9, down to 8, down to 7. Got to get to the line. 5, 4. They get to the line. 3, 2, 1. Ryan Davis gets it off. Davis needs something deep down the field. Ryan Davis for the pass is caught. 15, 10, and tackled at the 7-yard line. Charlotte holds on. Unbelievable. Oh, Tennessee throwing the clipboard. Tom Rahman, touchdown Fresno. Charlotte hangs on for dear life. 6 yards from a loss. And that's the second time in 2 weeks that Charlotte on the final play has either won or lost the game. Okay, we got a lot to get to. Fresno just scored, so it looks like we got a little bit of time. 31-20 with 106 left. I'm looking for Nate Hall's card number. I need Nate Hall's card number, card ID, and I need Zach's card ID. Okay, 4, we'll take a look. Yeah, you got it, Nate. That is a Yugo, and that is a plus or minus 5. You can put your winnings in the UFL Bingo Discord channel. Aunt Nee, what's up? Hey, we like football too. That's why we're here.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah. All right. So we've got to check. The lad or boy, everyone either wins or loses on the final play. You know, it'd be like that.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
All right, we need the score from Fresno, the touchdown. They also got to 31.
Hurry, hurry.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
The score from Fresno was 12. That's already been called.
Come on.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike 50.
31 is your only new number. All right, so Denver with, I guess they're not entirely out of it yet. Hold on a minute, 30 seconds. They're on the Fresno 20-yard line.
Hurry, hurry.
Mike 38. Mike 38.
20 seconds to go on the 20. And Nate Hall throws it deep in the end zone. That pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Rene Leon with the touchdown and hold everything. Denver has cut the deficit to 5. It looked like Leon beat the defender just off the line. Easy pitch and catch there. Well, the Avengers didn't have their best game of the season, but they're fighting till the end. They've gotten a couple of red zone touchdowns as well. This 2-point try, they try to bang it in with Rob Noel, but cannot, so it sticks at 26 as the score. We got 2 games that have gone final. And now we've got an onside kick here for Denver. Coming up next, UFL Game Night. A brand new bingo game. Just reset your card. It is Montana and Portland coming up next in prime time. 2 teams out in the Pacific Northwest that are looking for a critical win. Montana has a new starting quarterback. It's Portland's backup. The trade happened today, and he's making his start. Very a la Baker Mayfield to the Rams. A couple people needed 27, and Denver goes for 2 and doesn't get it. That is heartbreak. Onside kick for Denver, and not a lot of drama there. Scooped up by Fresno.
Go now. 60 outlaw.
Wow.
48 Mike. 48 Mike. Crunch time.
Ready, ready.
Victory formation for Fresno, and that was one strange night. Okay, Holdorf, your card is 27. And you got it, bud. That's a Yugo for Zach Holdorf. So we had 2 Yugos tonight, but we also did not have a lot of scoring there for a while. And look at Cardiac Squid. 219 yards in the game rushing. That is a new UFL record. Jack Nitro had the first 200-yard game last week against Albuquerque. 2-19 today for Cardiac Squid against Denver. And all the games are done. All right, that's it for UFL Game Night. Your final scores. Fresno holds on to beat Denver 31-26. Charlotte clings to a 22-17 win over Tennessee. And Los Angeles holds on to a 17-10 win over Minnesota to improve to 4-2. Wow, no upsets in the early block at the end of the day. There were a lot of teams that were close, but just could not get it done. And unfortunately for Denver, Tennessee, and Minnesota, their losing streaks continue. Check the final scores for Fresno and Denver on UFL.football and on the individual page for their live game right now. That's it from us at UFL Game Night. What a night! And we'll see you back here Friday. And for UFL Primetime, coming up next, Montana and Portland with Mike Daggs and Gerald Smith. Stay tuned.